Welcome back. Welcome back. Your man Dominic K in here, of course. Dominic K in the morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. Here in the program, we deliver the biggest political and trending news stories of the day with original reporting from our studios in Atlanta and Baltimore. New episodes of the program drop Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. But I don't want you to miss any of our live broadcasts. In addition to our 8 a.m. program, we drop content throughout the day as news happens. So hit that notification bell so you get an alert whenever we go live. Happy Monday to everybody. Coming off of the Easter weekend, a lot of people were out celebrating, having fun, kicking back. But it is back to reality, back to the grind. So here's the thing. We have to make up our minds about COVID-19. I talked a little bit about this last week. We are in the midst, potentially, of the early stages of a fourth wave. Yet, things are opening up. Regulations are rolling back. People have COVID-19 fatigue, and I get it. I understand. In Maryland, they've posted the highest number of new virus cases since January. But people are acting like the pandemic's over. Like everything is all good, and it's not. Now, I think that we're getting contradictory information from the CDC and other health officials that are supposed to be giving us the best information, I think are giving us conflicting information. In Maryland, there have been a reported 1,600 new cases of coronavirus, as well as 8 more virus-related deaths. Now, like I said, I understand that people have COVID fatigue. And I understand that it's not as bad as it was before in some metrics. But there was this, urge to reopen schools and get people back to work. I understand that. But numbers posted by the state yesterday show the highest number of daily coronavirus cases since January the 31st. On that day, state health officials reported 1,747 cases. So the total number of COVID-19 cases in Maryland is now more than 417,000. More than 8,000 people have died. Both figures come from the Maryland Department of Health. More than 1,100 people are also hospitalized in Maryland due to complications from the virus. That's 87 more people than on Saturday. So you tell me, are we in the middle of or the beginning of a fourth wave? Confirmed cases, 417,329 confirmed cases in Maryland. 8,165 confirmed deaths. So does that mean that you should be a little bit more cautious? Does that mean that we are not over the hump? Absolutely. Absolutely. But yet and still, we're still getting conflicting information from our health officials. Why do I say conflicting information? Because on one hand, they'll say the vaccinated people get on a plane, go where you want. And then the CDC director said, I wouldn't do it, or maybe you should. I mean, just like if you want people to wait, because she's saying people just wait a little while longer, then stop giving this information. Stop giving this air off like everything is fine. You want people to get shots in the arms. They get shots in the arms, and then you kind of pull back, you come forward, you pull back. I think that people need and deserve some consistency, and you say something, then stick behind it. So that's what we're dealing with. COVID-19, fourth wave. And so not just Maryland. Let's look around the country. Michigan adds more than 8,400 new COVID-19 cases in one day, the most since December. This is not just in one area. This is going around. Now, the vaccine, the often praised vaccine, could improve symptoms for COVID-19 in the long run. Could. There's just so much out there that folks don't know. And the reason that they don't know is because this is new. This is a new thing. But a new COVID-19 variant in Massachusetts spikes after Cape Cod outbreaks. We still have these new variants coming. And that's really what's causing this, I don't want to say scare, but what else can I say? That's what's causing this reports of a fourth wave. So Massachusetts has reported more cases of the new P1 COVID-19 variant, which has been associated with increased transmissibility and possible reinfections. That's what you don't want to hear, reinfections. So Massachusetts dealing with this, and this spike is concerning. I mean, it's built. We're not even through it. We're not through it. So in Massachusetts, the bulk of those cases are linked to a cluster on Cape Cod. All right. So of the 58 known positive cases of the P1 variant in Massachusetts, according to the CDC, 50 have been identified and located in Barnstable County. So that is something that we have to watch. I think that we're going to end up seeing more variants. New Jersey, at one time, the epicenter, New Jersey's COVID-19. New Jersey is expanding vaccine eligibility today. So they're going to expand eligibility to more groups of people, including anyone 55 and older. So that's what's happening today. People age 16 and older who have intellectual or developmental disabilities will also now be eligible. So additionally, New Jersey residents who work in higher education, libraries, and real estate are among the long list of workers who will be able to book appointments. So they're trying to do that. Folks is trying to get more information on New Jersey's COVID-19 updates. Go to their information hub, covid19.nj.gov/vaccine. So what concerns me is that folks are really thinking that we're on the other side of this. Infections are among young people now. The people that they said, oh no, they're not going to get anything, right? They're immune. They're not spreading. They are spreading. So we are in the beginning stages of a fourth COVID-19 surge. Another thing that is concerning is the vaccine. So the Johnson & Johnson vaccine specifically, it's a one shot. the efficacy is less than some of the other vaccines. In Baltimore, we talked about this earlier, 15 million vaccines ruined, right? Because they're preparing at this plant in Baltimore, this emergent plant. They've been preparing vaccines by different manufacturers. And something was put into the Johnson & Johnson, shouldn't have been put in, messed up the whole thing. Just like that. Johnson & Johnson says it will still meet U.S. delivery targets for the single-shot COVID-19 vaccine. How is that possible? 15 million doses have been ruined. So either y'all holding back, like what? How is that possible? Make that make sense. So this mistake at the Baltimore manufacturing plant last week ruined all these doses, right? Biden administration is putting Johnson & Johnson in charge of the plant. Why weren't they in charge of the plant at first? Is there a vaccine or have somebody? How did this mistake happen? And have other mistakes happened with other vaccines? The plant belongs to Emergent Biosolutions. And they were producing, as I said, the two varieties of COVID-19 vaccine. Just a disaster. This makes people uncomfortable to take the vaccine. This would make anybody uncomfortable. So you're just tuning in. Don McKay in the Morning is available on the WRF Radio app. Simply download WRF Radio in your app store. Leave me a comment. You can scroll your timeline. Leave a Zoom meeting. Do some online shopping. Send an email while listening to Don McKay in the Morning. Also available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. Anywhere you get podcasts, just search Diamond K in the Morning. As far as the family over at WRF Radio weekly and weekday lineup, DJ Cornbread, midday mix DJ Morgan Brittany hosting the top 10 at 10 countdown. Definitely highlight the folks over at WRF Radio and download that app. So, we're talking about Baltimore. Last week, there was a carjacking victim struck by his vehicle. He died. Teenagers were arrested. 3 juveniles stole his car and struck him, and he has died. Baltimore City Police said that an officer on patrol Friday, 5 a.m., came up on the 3 teenagers beating up a 41-year-old man trying to take his car. Once in the vehicle, the suspects took off, dragging the victim before fatally striking him with his own car. It's just a sad situation. Officers followed the car. The occupants jumped out, and police arrested the driver, a 16-year-old. Charges are coming. The other two juveniles are still at large. Sadly, the victim, 41 years old, taken to Johns Hopkins, where he died. And so things in that area not getting better. Things seem to be getting worse. A lot of people are just scared in that area. And so there's going to be a community meeting sometime this week, and they're going to discuss crime in that area of the city. So we'll keep you posted on that. So Marylanders that want to get COVID-19 vaccine, where can you go? These vaccinations have begun to roll out. Marylanders who need them the most starting to get them. So 2 of the vaccines approved for use, one made by Pfizer, the other by Moderna, are 2-dose. So the second dose, a couple weeks after the first, and the Johnson & Johnson, as we've talked about, is a one-shot thing. Maryland is rolling out vaccine, shots in phases. So Maryland is now in 2A, meaning that all Marylanders 60 and older can get the vaccine. In addition to those who remain eligible under the phase 1 are health workers, teachers, postal workers, grocery store employees, first responders. And so Maryland has launched this pre-registration system for residents to sign up and receive a COVID-19 vaccine at one of the state's mass vaccination sites. And also, all Marylanders 16 and up can now pre-register at covidvax.maryland.gov or by phone 1-855-MD-GO-VAX. So we need to get this under control. We need people still wearing masks, and we need people vigilant and understanding that this is not over, and this may not be over. The normal that we used to enjoy may not be coming back. I've said that. I believe that. The what we used to know just could be a thing of the past. So we talk about police. We talk about the way police handle things. There is an outcry in many states and a push for mental health training for police. We've seen and heard about a lot of deaths for or deaths of folks having mental health crisis and police killing them. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So the officer who kneeled on Cassandra Quinto Collins' son's neck for over 4 minutes assured her it was standard protocol for sedating a person experiencing a mental breakdown. That's what she said that the officer told her. I was there watching it the whole time, she says. Quinto Collins said, I trusted that they knew what they were doing. So Angelo Quinto's sister had called 911 for help calming him down during an episode of paranoia back in December of last year. His family says Quinto did not resist the officers, California officers. One who pushed his knee on the back of his neck and another who restrained his legs. And the only noise he made was when he twice cried out, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me, he said. The officers replied, we're not going to kill you, according to the family. The police, of course, deny putting any pressure on his neck. Oh, what? Is that something that you think that they would do? 3 days later, the 30-year-old Navy veteran and Filipino immigrant died in the hospital. Sadly, this is the latest example of the perils policing people with mental health issues. In response to several high-profile deaths of people with mental health issues in police custody, lawmakers in at least 8 states are introducing legislation to change how law enforcement agencies respond in those type of crises. So, should the police even be the ones responding when someone is mentally ill? That's a good question. The proposal leans heavily on additional training. How are these officers interacting with people with mental health problems? How? How are they interacting with them? It's a common sense response when lawmakers face the widespread outcry over police brutality in this country. Of course, now we're in the midst, week number 2 of the trial of the former officer who killed George Floyd. So we're going through that, and there's still issues with police brutality. There's still issues. Stuff that has to be addressed. And it has to be done. Because I don't know how much more this country can take. I don't know how far we can continue to stretch this rubber band before it breaks. Don McKay in the morning on the all-new Radio on Fire. Of course, I'm able to deliver our news, our views on Don McKay in the morning because of our listeners and sponsors, and of course, your donations. Don McKay in the morning is powered by the people, and we need your support. Visit Radio on Fire to make a one-time donation or join the Radio on Fire VIP club. You can do that, radionfire.com/join. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back with more of the program after this. Radio on Fire is a listener-supported radio and podcast network streaming from our production facilities in Baltimore and Atlanta. We're able to broadcast programs like the Don McKay Show because of our listeners and some amazing partners like The Lifestyle Secrets. Are you a baby boomer? Were you born between 1946 and 1964? Well, more than 71 million Americans are baby boomers. And as you're continuing to age, the goal is to experience as few aches and pains as possible while staying mobile. TheLifestyleSecrets.com helps you do just that by providing a blueprint to reduce and or eliminate joint pain by teaching its members to communicate naturally with their bodies. TheLifestyleSecrets.com gives baby boomers step-by-step videos, natural recipes, and most importantly, the motivation to re-energize themselves naturally. Visit TheLifestyleSecrets.com to join this active community of baby boomers today. And I encourage you to shop with all the companies that support Radio on Fire. Before we get back to the show, have you ever had a NutriBurst liquid vitamin? This stuff tastes great, and they say it's great for you. NutriBurst liquid vitamin. Now, my girl Moochie told me about this, and me and Moochie go way back. She said, Don McKay, you have got to try this. So I asked Moochie, what's so special about NutriBurst liquid vitamin? What makes it so good? Then she gave me the rundown. Check this out. 72 minerals, 10 vitamins, 22 phytonutrients, 19 amino acids, 13 whole vegetables, and 20 herbs. Get your NutriBurst liquid vitamin today at totallifechanges.com/mymoochie. That's totallifechanges.com/mymoochie. Tell them Radio on Fire sent you.
Giving you more talk, more news, and more music. It's Radio on Fire.
This pandemic has really sped up what was already happening. The world has become even more digital. Folks are on their computers, their tablets, their phones, all the time. This is where people go to get their information. Here at Radio on Fire, our target listener is 23 to 54 years old. So business owners, I know times are hard, but I also know how important it is to get in front of your customers. Advertise your business, product, service, or event on Don McKay in the Morning or any of the other Radio on Fire programs. We have an affordable package for you. Visit radioonfire.com/advertise to get started. Again, radioonfire.com/advertise. We'd love to connect with you. Welcome back. Welcome back. You and Diamond K in here. Diamond K in the morning on the all new radioonfire.com. Thank you for joining me. Well, the Trump supporting, very vocal Matt Gaetz, this GOP, they're calling him a creep. This Republican has a lot of trouble on his hands. He's from Florida, 38 years old. And what is going on? So what's happening is that his dirty deeds are coming to the surface. He's a first-time congressional representative. 2017 is when he, came, whatever, to Washington. Feds are looking at alleged payments that he made to women online. There are accusations about him and some 17-year-old. He previously denied having any relationship with a 17-year-old, or anybody underage. But this federal investigation targeting this Republican representative, Matt Gaetz, is specifically looking into whether he and an associate, who they say is probably going to flip on him, provided cash and other things of value to women that they had sex with after connecting online. So the New York Times broke this story, and it has just been a snowball. This is something that started under the Trump administration, surprisingly, under Bill Barr. Gaetz, associate, a former Florida politician named Joel Greenberg, was indicted last year for allegedly trafficking a teenage girl for sex back in 2017. Justice Department is also trying to determine whether Gaetz had sex with the 17-year-old, according to sources. Greenberg pleaded not guilty to the charges. He's facing a lot of charges. So this loudmouth, Trump-supporting Republican in the House, he's in a lot of trouble. So as I said, New York Times broke the story 2 days after they revealed this investigation was underway. This has sent shockwaves through the Republican Party, particularly those close to former President Trump. Trump considered this dirtbag an ally and a loyal friend. What does that say? I mean, of course, only the biggest and the brightest, only the best people would Trump have around him. Of course, this is interesting. He keeps saying he never paid for sex. He refutes all the disgusting allegations. He's never been on any websites. He's engaged, blah, 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 blah. But this guy is clearly someone that needs to be investigated. I mean, the Republicans, what's funny about this is that when it is a Republican, it's okay. If it's a Democrat, to me, a dirtbag is a dirtbag. And these accusations, they call him creepy Gaetz. It's just disgusting. And first he came out and he was talking, went on Fox News. Now all of a sudden they're quiet. Folks that work for him, with him, resigning. I mean, it's just disgusting. Upon his arrival in D.C., sources say that he was often seen with young women at various events, including the Trump Hotel, Pennsylvania Avenue. So previously, he told Axios the allegations of sexual misconduct against him are false. When asked what the Department of Justice probe could be about, he added, I have definitely in my single days provided for women I've dated. I paid for flights, for hotel rooms. I've been, generous as a partner. I think someone is trying to make that look criminal when it's not. Such a strange response. How old were the women you were dating, man? That's it. Creepy cats. But sadly, this is not misconduct. It's not something that is exclusive to any party. This is a character thing. And whether it's a Democrat or whether it's a Republican or whether it's an independent, this is a character thing. And his character is disgusting. Some other sad news over the weekend has been about rap superstar DMX. And reports have been varying. The family, his attorney, ex-managers, all releasing information about DMX. And as of now, they're saying that DMX is in a vegetative state following his hospitalization and his heart attack. According to his former manager, Nakia Walker, who told the New York Times yesterday that the rapper suffered a heart attack on Friday night and was admitted to the White Plains Hospital in New York. We're just praying, Walker said, adding that some of the rapper's relatives have been allowed to see him in the hospital. Real name of DMX is Earl Simmons. She also told BuzzFeed News that DMX is still in the same condition, in a vegetative state with lung and brain failure and no brain activity. He is definitely facing some serious health issues. We've been praying for him, folks all around the world praying for him. And we definitely ask you to continue to keep him in your prayers. His attorney, I personally think that they need a new spokesman. His attorney should not be the spokesperson because he's been putting some of the conflicting information out there that has been going around. First, he said he was on life support. Then he said he was off life support. Then he said he was on life support. This is the kind of stuff that we can't have out there. It's just it adds to confusion. So Murray Richmond previously confirmed that DMX was admitted to the ICU after the heart attack, and he had been resuscitated and put on life support. Lawyer did not know what the cause of the heart attack was. He was unable to confirm the report that TMZ first posted about the alleged drug overdose. There were these conflicting reports that, like I said, that he was breathing on his own and off and on. And I told Rolling Stone he was giving wrong information. What are you talking about it for? You're an attorney. So he said that he was rushed to the hospital after collapsing at home. So the family seemingly does not want to openly say that he had a drug overdose. They're just going to go with this he collapsed thing. Everybody knows DMX's struggles. No one is ridiculing him. No one is judging him. We understand who he is. The family said that he has been a warrior his entire life, and this situation represents yet another road he must conquer. Family says that they appreciate the overwhelming outpouring of heartfelt love, encouragement, support, and prayers for Earl. Earl is someone whose life and music have been a source of inspiration and strength to so many people around the world. It is reassuring to see his fans return that same passion and energy to him during his time of need. And I understand that. And this is a difficult time for the family. He has children. This is a very difficult time. Many of DMX's peers and friends, like Missy Elliott, Eminem, Rick Ross, LL Cool J, many others, have shown publicly their support for DMX. Fans have even appeared outside of his hospital to rally. The Rough Riders had the motorcycles outside, and the Rough Riders to the Rescue Foundation will be holding a prayer vigil today outside of White Plains Hospital. We're definitely praying and hoping that the rapper DMX recovers, and it is definitely possible. It's not something that is impossible to happen. Definitely get well soon, DMX. Don McKay in the morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. Of course, you can get breaking news, adult conversation, covering topics that are important to the Black culture. Visit radioonfire.com for our original programs, podcast, and radio shows. You can support Don McKay in the morning if you like what we do here. Very easy to do that. And that is via Cash App, $ DJ Don McKay, or paypal.me/radioonfire, djdonmckay@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with me, or visit radioonfire.com. We are able to deliver our news and our views on Don McKay in the morning because of our listeners and sponsors, and of course, your donations. Don McKay in the morning is powered by the people, and we need your support. You can join the VIP club, radioonfire.com/join. And of course, on social media, I am at the Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire.